Joyful Monday morning, everybody. This is Pastor Aaron for our kids once again. I'm hoping and I'm praying that you and your family are safe and that you're following all of the cautions that our health authorities are providing us. If you're not sure what they are, just as a reminder, folks, we do have people in our community that are working in the health departments. Feel free to ask them. Remember, we are using each other as resource, especially in this season that we are in. So feel free to reach out to them. I'm sure they will give you a very accurate description as to how to keep yourself and your family safe, what to do and what not to do, and just really be able to overcome the season that we're in. Now, friendship, speaking of community, friendship could not be more crucial in this season than any other time. I'm sure you know what a friend what friendship is, but you can agree with me that it could not have come to a better time than this. We are, believe it or not, we are still in the culture of singularity. Where we don't even know. Many of us don't even know who our neighbors are, but the season that we are in is triggering a lot of interactions among the neighbors. I see it on the different apps. I see it on social media that people are really trying to interact. There's an intent to interact. There's an intent to establish friendship. And as social as we would like to be in all the platforms that we create, humans still have the potential, despite of what we have. We humans still have the potential to become depressed, hopeless, and lonely, despite of how many platforms we provide as a means for social interaction, as a means to establish friendship. We as the adults have the calling to model to the next generation and what it looks like to intentionally establish a friendship and maintain a friendship that lasts for a very long time. We have to remember that we were created with the intention of living in a community. God created us to live in communities. This entire week, we are recognizing that God is moving in and through every family members. So, family, cell, everybody in there, God is using. God is moving through all of the family members. So we are challenging every family this entire week. We're challenging every members of the family to express God's love through each other. So the challenge is for every family members to find ways where they can express God's love to each other. Now that we're, inside our own home for a very long time, daddies and mommies are with your children are with mommy and daddies, let's make it a challenge for the entire week to find ways where we can express God's love to each other. That's going to be our challenge for the week. And then, mommies and daddies, and even adults, let's keep reminding each other to express God's love. That can be your reinforcement. When they walk past you, you remind them, hey, let's express God's love intentionally with each other. Let's practice expressing God's love to each other. Now, after this week, we're going to kick it up a notch a little bit. We're going to intensify it just a little bit. So this entire week, we're talking about the family within the house. But this coming Sunday, we're going to talk about at the end of the week. We're going to talk about how God expresses His love through our friends. Did not come at any better time than this. But how? How can God's love be expressed through our friends? So that's going to be one of the biggest questions that we have. That's something that you and your children can discover together. So what better way to set this off than to talk about the friendship between David and Jonathan? That story, that friendship story between David and Jonathan can be found in the book of 1 Samuel, chapters 13 to 20. So mommy and daddies, be familiar with the story. Meditate on it. talk to your spouse about it. Sell, talk to your cellmates about it. Talk about the friendship that Jonathan and David had, the interaction that they had with each other, which is a great model to spear off this idea that God's love can be expressed through our friends. You know, as an icebreaker idea, we can even have a conversation with our kids as to what makes a person a friend. And really listen to their idea of what a friend is. You'll be surprised of the stuff that they can come up with. You know, then kick it up a notch a little bit more and then ask them, what makes a good friend? Now we know what a friend is, but what makes a good or even a great friend? What are the characteristics of a great friend? Then we can share with our kids about our own friends. What kind of friends do we have? You know, what kind of great friend we are to somebody else. Okay? Remember, we are modeling to them and they are watching us. Okay? And as usual, I will provide the teaching materials and resources for you all. So please don't forget to share a 30-second to 1-minute video clip or pictures of your discipleship walk with your kids. You know, and we need to use each other as resources, especially at this time. Okay? I guarantee that there are many of our parents in our community are going to be very thankful that you shared that much ideas. And people are already sharing them. We've had so much great ideas from different parents. You know, so keep sending them, share with them. Let's help each other out. Let's be each other's resources. And let's really just stand arms in arms for our children, for the next generation. Now I'm reminded of a verse in the Bible. It's on Proverbs 11:14. 11:14, and here's what it says: "For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but with many counselors come deliverance." Parents, that is us. We are the counselors, but we have to be a group of counselors, a community of counselors, to ensure that the next generation will stand. Until then, if you have any question, you can message me on WhatsApp, regular message, drop me a line on Facebook, Instagram, give me a phone call. Until then, have a great week, parents, and Sal, and adults, and everybody else.